risks. Let me explain that. When you talk about greenwashing or exaggerated environmental claims, it's where you are engaged in an activity that reduces the carbon. But when you go to claim the credits, you exaggerate. Let's say you have reduced 1 ton. You say I've removed 20 tons. So you see, it will discourage even those who want to compensate. That is greenwashing, exaggerated environmental claims. Then there is permanence risk. That is carbon storage being reversed. And the ways that this can be contributed is by fire. When there is, for example, bush fire or forest fire, the trees are destroyed, and in the process also the soil is destroyed. So the carbon that is stored there goes with that. Okay? And then there is double counting. Same credit claimed by multiple parties. No. So the thing is, for example, if you are planting trees, and maybe through that, you've reduced, let's say, 5 tons of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. You claim, then your brother claims, then your father claims, your partner claims. Are you seeing that? Mm-hmm. That's wrong. So that is double counting, same credit claimed by multiple parties. And then there is uneven global access, lack of financing for the Global South projects. When you talk about Global South projects, these are projects that are being carried out in third world countries or the developing countries. An example of developing countries, yes? Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, those countries that are not doing well economically, those that are classified as third world countries. Although they are trying, because we are here to take training because of the support from the European Union and European Commission. Okay? So they are trying, but we are saying also it's not enough. Solving the challenges of climate change and land degradation requires a multifaceted approach. That is an approach that integrates many actors, including financial incentives, robust policies, and technological innovation. Financial incentives, it can come from those countries or those governments that are able. Then policies, our leaders, they should come up with policies that support that. And then technological innovation, promote them as they come. Are we together? Yes. The challenge, we have challenge and then potential solution. For example, we have talked about the challenge of greenwashing. What can be done? You have strict standards to curb that. Okay? And then permanence risks. Permanence risks, I've said, those are the things that come as a result maybe of natural calamities like fire. So what can you do? Maybe you insure your forest or your trees. Okay? And then double counting. How can you, the people claiming the same credit for the same maybe project. How can you do that? There is something we call blockchain-based ledger system. This is a computer-based tool that can help you now to keep the track, so that you know a forest in Kilifi or Poly University as an institution claimed a certain amount of credit, and then no one else can claim that. If you have a system that updates itself automatically. Okay? And then we have an even global access, then we can advocate for equitable funding for Global South project. Okay? Next. Business model, ecotourism. What is ecotourism? In simple terms, just forget about this definition. So, in simple terms, ecotourism. What do you understand by that term? Yes. Being conscious about how you travel. Somebody else? Somebody else? Yes.
Visiting a place and interest of time at the same time from that and that.
Yes. For example, in simple terms, ecotourism is that type of tourism. You are a tourist, but your focus or your interest, you want to tour those places that conserve what? The environment. What we refer to as green ventures. There are those people who come all the way from Europe and they want to visit maybe the areas or the people or the groups that conserve the mangroves. Okay? They want to visit, they want to stay in hotels that engage in green activities. Or they want to lodge in areas or in hotels that help to conserve what? They have initiatives to conserve what? The environment. That is ecotourism. It is tailored to green ventures. Are we together? So, ecotourism is simply responsible travel to natural areas that conserve the environment, support local communities, and involve education. Are we together? Then the focus is restored landscapes. Deforested areas, regenerated wetlands are a prime destination. People will want to come to Kilifi, and you tell them, maybe in Gaza or in Bamba, there was a land that was degraded some years back, but we have restored it. And then they are interested to see. They want to hear the history and some pictures when it was degraded, and they want to see what? The outcome after the effort of what? Regenerating what? Or rehabilitating that land. Are you getting the point? Yes. Contrast, unlike conventional mass tourism, unlike now other types of forests where people come and they want to see the ocean, they want to see the wildlife and some other things, unlike that, it aims to minimize environmental what? Impact. That is the unique about it. Green pastoralism concept. The concept of green pastoralism is it integrates sustainable grazing, cultural heritage, and ecological restoration into tourism. Integrates sustainable grazing, and when we talk about sustainable grazing, it's a kind of a grazing that ensures that the grazing land is not what? Degraded or depleted. Are you getting the point? For example, creation of those paddocks, okay? Rotation of grazing and all that. Cultural heritage that conserves or helps to maintain the culture of that area without eroding it. Visitor experience, observe regenerative grazing techniques. You explain to them how we are doing these paddocks and all that, how it has transformed that community, how that has helped to solve conflict and all that. Maybe this area used to be like a war zone between the communities. Now we embrace this approach and we are enjoying it. So, observe the grazing techniques, learn from indigenous pastoral community, and experience wildlife conservation in grazing areas. Examples: Masai Mara, Kenya, cultural tours and sustainable safaris. And we have another one, they call it Spanish what? Hesas, tours of cocoa grazing systems. Whether you should be writing those releases so that you can search for them later. Because for us here, we are competing against time. A case study of Costa Rica ecotourism, and what they have achieved is transforming forested land into ecotourism hotspots. They have reclaimed a land that was degraded, and now it is a tourism center, and they are getting income from it. You can see the map. The 3 pillars of climate smart agriculture. The 3 pillars of climate smart agriculture. The core principles of climate smart agriculture, the 3 pillars is productivity. And I explained productivity is just the ratio of inputs versus the output. What you put into that and what you get. Whatever you put in should be minimum. Whatever you get should be maximum. That is we call it the principle of optimization. So, those of you who have gone through my class, production economics, they know that the concept of optimization. Minimum inputs, maximum outputs. Then productivity, sustainable increase, agricultural productivity and incomes. Adaptation, this is resilience. Adapt and build resilience to climate what? Change. And we explain that, we say how you do this. One way, you have drought-resistant varieties of crops, you engage in them, and then you also practice what? Some land cultivation practices that help to do what? To make the adaptation of that area easy. Mitigation, reduce or remove greenhouse gases emissions. I've explained how you can do that. Next. Value-added product, and we want to look at beekeeping, a perfect climate-smart agriculture activity. Pillar 1, productivity and income. Generate revenue from the honey. You know what is honey? Beeswax. Some of the uses of honey, it's even medicinal. Okay, it's food. How about the wax? Industrial use, like making of candles. Okay? How about propolis? What is this? People from Kitui and Meru. Even in Kilifi, we do beekeeping. What is propolis? In our mother tongue, we call it dambo. So propolis is just that sticky substance that the bees get from either the bark of trees and injured tree. Have you ever seen an injured tree producing some gum?